Hi everybody, hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to touch on something that I think a lot of people don't probably look into too much, but it is something that I really think should be more widely spread, especially here on YouTube: indie makeup brands. Now, I myself am not someone who knows my indie makeup very well. I certainly have bought some things from indie brands, but want to do better within this 2021 year, that if I'm going to be buying products, that I should be supporting small indie-owned brands, because putting your money into people that are putting their heart and soul into products and making them either themselves or they have a small team really can be much more impactful than you understand. And certainly, I love myself a cheap e.l.f., lippy or whatever it may be. But e.l.f. is, I'm pretty sure, making their products in China, and things about that can sometimes weigh on you a little bit. Like, I love having affordability in products, and I think it is important, but there is also something to be said about buying products from people who hand make them, if they are small owned, if they are minority owned. There is a lot that you can do personally to really help affect change. And I think that's something that needs to be spoken about more, and something to just touch on more in general. A couple brands that I know I've worked with, one that I love, it is Aeva Beauty. They come out with beautiful highlights. If you have not seen Aeva Beauty's highlights, they are out of this world stunning. I was lucky enough to even do kind of like a campaign launch with them with their new eyeshadow palettes. And I'm not sure, I feel like I had one somewhere here. Hold on. I cannot find the one that I got personally, but I ended up getting also this one in Twilight, which is just such a stunning pinky, purpley, beautiful little quad. The one that I did in the campaign was greens and blues, which was so fun and so beautiful. And I just really think there's something so special about supporting indie brands. Aeva Beauty is also Black owned, which is amazing, and they really love to support creators, which I think is something so nice when there's someone like me who's just trying to share with the world a little bit of fun through makeup and a little bit of trying to be happier and healthier in your life. And it's just a good time when you know that your money is being put into a business that is just trying to grow and start and become something better and flourish. So I wanted to share with you Aeva Beauty, but the one that I wanted to share beyond Aeva Beauty today that I got, I think, was it around Black Friday? I don't think so, actually. I'm not sure. The one thing you do have to keep in mind when they are indie brands, these are people that are, hand either making things or they are putting things together that may take more time to ship and get to you. Just be patient, be kind, be nice, all those things. I think it's so important, especially now and especially back when it was the holidays. Take everything with a grain of salt on how you're able to get things to wherever they need to be, shipping wise. I know the USPS got a lot of flack, but they don't get a whole lot of funding. A lot of people were down and out with COVID, and we just have to be all a little bit more mindful and a little bit more kind to each other when we are going through a pandemic, nonetheless. So Chaos Makeup, I believe. I don't think it's Chaos Cosmetics. I'm pretty sure it's just Chaos Makeup. They are an indie brand, but they kind of specialize in duochrome style highlights and duochrome eyeshadows. So I decided to pick up 2 different eyeshadows along with a highlight. The highlight is so cute. It comes in kind of this shell packaging that you can open up. It is a little tricky to open, so if you are someone that has a difficulty with opening things, that might be tough. But in the pan, I'm not sure if what you'll be able to see, probably just like maybe yellowy pinky color, but this highlight touches on so many beautiful tones and shifts. It is outrageous. It is so stunning and beautiful. So here I will kind of swatch it on my hand, and it has pink shift, green shift, blue shift, just so stunning. And I probably will end up using this very multi-purpose on the eye, along with kind of on the lids, definitely all over, because something like this is a product that I will want to use in a multitude of ways, and definitely is kind of got a decent amount. I just see a little bit of sheen left on my hand, but it doesn't seem like there is a whole lot of pigment. It is more probably just whatever makes that beautiful shimmer. Then I picked up a color called Winter Rose, which doesn't seem to be super duochrome-y, but it is still really pretty, kind of like a purpley blue lilac kind of color shift. And I know a lot of different eyeshadows have this shift where it's almost like brown into blue. That's a very common kind of color, but this one's really pretty. It plays a little bit more, I think, on that lilac kind of color than it does a brown, but something like this is just so stunning to me as well that I love. It was very affordable as well. I think it was under $10 for a shade that beautiful. That is obviously handmade. It's calling my name. Then lastly, I got the color Intergalactic, which is so beautiful. I can look up what shifts they say the colors are. It is probably my guilty pleasure to go on Instagram and just look at all of these amazing duochrome shades to see what they look like. So I'm not sure what this one will look like in the pan for y'all, but it definitely is blue, purpley, kind of pinky, magenta-y toned. And on my finger, when I just look at it, you can really see it's almost like a June bug kind of color scheme here, but just the most vibrant kind of purple, blue, and then there is a green kind of brown shift that happens within the color as well, which is just so beautiful. So I wanted to play today kind of with this. I think it could be really pretty with this quad and do something here and just see what I can kind of come up with. But this is me just letting you know that if you are looking for something to gift to somebody or you are looking for yourself, and I do have a hard time finding at least indie brands that will do kind of the everyday staples of mascara, foundation, BB, CC creams, that sort of thing. But when you're going for eyeshadows or highlights or blush or more kind of fun things, definitely maybe branch out from what you are used to if you can, or have the expenses to do so, just because it can help. It can really make a difference to an indie brand. So first today, I am going to prime up my lids as I often do. Now, what I think I'm going to do, because I am just playing with this quad here, and I want to just stay within this as my color scheme for today, I think I'm going to go into kind of the lightest pink shimmer first, just so that we can kind of play off of whatever kind of that shine is. Should be hopefully a little easier for us to blend into the eye. So I'm going to kind of put that shimmery pink shade under the brow, but more kind of in my transition area. And see, we have a really nice kind of pretty light pink with a little bit of shimmer in there. It's a really nice way to kind of open up and start to get that transition with a little bit of color before we go into the pigmented matte shades. Now I'm going to take on a bit more of kind of a refined crease brush. Still definitely fluffy, but has a bit more of a point so that I can get into my crease a little bit better. I'm going to go into the pretty kind of magenta shade here and build out a decent amount of color, kind of building in as well into the inner part of my crease. Now we're going to go back into that light pink shimmer and just kind of blend out the edge a little bit. Very nice. Now we're going to go into this purple and really try to build it up, probably try to keep more of the concentrated amount of that purple pigment on the outside. Now that we have that purple nicely packed in, go back over kind of that area with a bit of the pink so that it's not all lost. When it comes to using duochrome shades, know that whatever you kind of put underneath them will probably change the shift a little bit. So that we have a little bit of that purple in that outer corner area is probably a really good thing. I'm actually going to build it up a little more because you want to have a bit more depth on that outer portion of your eye to really kind of show that the front portion here is a bit more forward. It's all about creating dimension with the eye. That's usually what makes it look the most flattering. So I'm going to go into kind of like a pencil-ish brush and just kind of pack on a bit of this vibrant matte purple color right on probably the outer half of my lid of the eye. All right, now that we have a bit more of that purple packed in, we will go into the lovely shade that is Intergalactic. And definitely with a lot of shimmer shades, they usually are applied best with your finger. I think for something especially that is like a duochrome, it's probably going to be the same thing. Kind of warm up the product in the pan with your finger, have kind of like the oils and the heat of your finger utilized together to help kind of put it onto your lid. I probably will do kind of like a swiping motion across my lid. But yeah, that's probably the best way we're gonna see payoff and pigment come through from a shade like this. Now, I kind of want to see what will happen when we wet the brush. I also think for like the inner corner, to make sure we have some light, we'll probably go in with the really pretty kind of iridescent-y highlight that we have. But let's go in and dampen a brush and see what that will do to a shadow like this. It looks so peacock blue. Now I do think I kind of want to take the duochrome shade and see what it will do when I kind of blend out that front edge a little, because I'm not loving the contrast, at least in this lighting, between the blue and that pink. Now, because it got so dark in this front half of the eye, I'll definitely want to play up a lot of that kind of iridescent highlight. So let me go back though into the Aeva Beauty Quad, and I just want to add a little bit of that pink back into this front area, just a bit more, so that that pink isn't lost. Might just take kind of a fluffy random brush and just kind of fluff out these edges a little. Just because it got a little too deep for that inner working, which I like to keep a bit more light, if possible. But this is a really kind of dark, pretty, purpley blue look here. A lot darker than I thought it was going to be honest. But let me throw on the rest of my face. I will bring you back in for the lower lash line. And yeah, we will see kind of what comes of this little indie makeup look. All right, everyone, so I've put on kind of the rest of my face here, except for I want to go in with the pretty highlights. But I think what we'll do, because it will be best for this highlight to probably show up in all of its multi-chrome dimensional awesomeness, spritz the face with some good old setting spray. Then I'm gonna go in and kind of just load up my brush here and see what kind of highlight will happen. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Multi-chrome realness. And I guess I can just use kind of like a tinier little brush here and use it as an inner corner highlight, and it will be kind of greeny and cool comparatively to whatever else we've got going on this eye right now. Ooh, yes. Ooh, mermaid realness right now. That is what this is. So fun. And then we definitely need to obviously smudge in and bring in a little bit of that purple. So I'm going to take in a purple and then probably bring in a little bit of that pink as well. Does make me wonder though, do I pop a little bit of black liner in the inner rim? I think so. Really get that smoky. Now, I really was kind of afraid of how deep this was, but I love that I look like an alien princess. I mean, it's perfect. I am going to, before I put on mascara, I'm going to put on a lip gloss by Aeva as well. This is the gloss Francois, and this is a really pretty kind of blue purpley reflect gloss. Really, really pretty. The amount of reflect in here is really nice, and their glosses are my favorite. They actually just came out with new glosses as well, which I think they're called Your Lips But Better. I swear I had one here just a second ago. Indeed, I do. It's a little, let's add a little bit of this in there too, just for a little color. A little bit of that kind of pinky, purpley mauvey tone in that gloss. So Your Lips But Better. And then on top of that, we'll put on the Francois gloss as well. Because that purpley blue shift, I am just playing up on that realness. Just call me your Andromeda goddess. I love it. So I'm going to pop on some mascara and then I will close it on out. All right, everybody, and I am back. I am really pleased with how kind of fun this look ended up being. I really had no idea where I was gonna go with it. I wanted to kind of just play with my chaos makeup that I got because I haven't played with it yet. I think Winter Rose would definitely be a beautiful color as well that I probably could have put over the pink and the purple, but it was really fun to play with Intergalactic and see just how it is so purpley, blue, green, and fun. Here we are, a more kind of yellowy light. And then when it starts to reflect off of the light outside, blue. Super cool, right? A lot of the green that's coming from my cheek and on my nose and in that inner corner is coming from the Galaxy highlight, however, which also I think is just such a lovely compliment. That is Chaos Makeup. The other indie brand that I utilized today was Aeva Beauty, which just stunning. Love the lip gloss. Love their highlights as well. We didn't end up using any today, but they are also very beautiful. But we did use their new palette, Twilight, here. Beautiful, stunning shades. That is all kind of the matte kind of work within there beyond the shininess of both the Galaxy highlight and the Intergalactic eyeshadow. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Go support your indie brands. We love to support people and brands who are trying to make their dreams come true. Do what you can. Put your money where it can matter. It really can make a difference. So thanks again for being here. I hope you enjoyed yourself wherever you are and whatever you may be doing. I hope you are able to do something you love every single day. Thanks again for being here, guys. Bye.